Hi guys, my name is Buhle and I'm a community member of Stjwetla. So what I've experienced about this project and working with the team is that I've experienced so many things about Stjwetla which I also didn't know, whereby people don't feel safe about the Tjuske River, whereby they think it's a very risky place for especially babies and also people who have disabilities, because we have so many narrow roads and so very poor infrastructure.
We are going to be doing photo voice interviews and 3D scanning to understand the space better, and we are going to be asking people about the spaces they're comfortable in, the spaces they are uncomfortable in, and just to find out how they move around the space and how they enjoy the space.
In a place such as Stjwetla, which has such a complex landscape, we've been trying to work at different scales, and the 3D scanning using a mode called photogrammetry has been particularly useful for understanding and thinking through spaces that are require more kind of granular reflection. So photogrammetry is a technique where, using your mobile phone, one takes a lot of photographs in a surrounded space. So trying to work in multiple dimensions and building up a kind of repertoire of imagery. Those images are then uploaded to a cloud computing which pieces all these two-dimensional images together to make a three-dimensional object. So this is allowing us to not only think and be within space, but then later to analyze and reflect upon it in three-dimensional senses.
Then the 3D scanning is where we would scan the object, and we would scan around the object and get all these angles of the object, and then we showed the residents, and some of the residents were happy that like they were so surprised with something like that can happen, and we showed them the 3D view of their area, and they were like, wow, this is amazing technology and stuff.
One of the most powerful things is, with a photograph, you're in some ways relegated to a two-dimensional picture plane, which means that although a photograph might tell a very rich and intricate story, it's a 3D scan that allows you to then kind of peer around objects. So one of the great advantages of being able to do this on a participatory level is to make use of the fact that mobile phones and these 3D scanning applications have become a lot more accessible in the past few years. So this allows us to work with these technologies with participants and to kind of facilitate the exchange of knowledge and demystifying what seems like a rather complicated software.
During the mapping workshop, we managed to acquire, I think, roughly 1,500 images of the whole map, which we will put into our software, which is going to be Agisoft for making 3D models. So we'll make a 3D model of the whole community. Then we'll also be presenting it at the exhibition. We managed to divide the map into three spaces. So day one, we managed to cover the area from the market to the triangular shelter. Then day two, we managed to map the area adjacent to the market, going to the cemetery. And on day three, we managed to map from the bridge, coming back to the cemetery as well.
So we've been working on 3 different scales: the macro scale with drone footage, the micro scale where we would take people's phones to individually scan objects, and then I've been focusing on the medium scale with my 360 camera. Now, it's difficult to capture a place where sometimes the alleyways are this wide. You know, you can't get a typical Google Street View in there, so how do you actually show, not tell, what this place was like? So with the 360 camera, we were able to go in, I would set it up, have to duck underneath to be outside of the picture, and then have it scan around. And the great thing about the 360 camera is you can alter the image afterwards, so we can kind of deform it to get the top of a building, even if it was right next to you in an alleyway this side. It can also be used to create a 3D model of the space. So as we move along creating a 360 video, 360 images, we can actually feed that into software to produce a 3D model of these spaces as we move along them. So over 3 days of constantly taking a shot, moving 5 meters, taking a shot, we have around 909 360 images. taken up around 50 gigabytes of data in 4K resolution.
The photo voice, it's where we ask the residents of Maponya village and the residents of Stjwetla, where do they feel comfortable, where do they feel uncomfortable, and whether what they show us, we'll take a picture of it, and then we show them the picture of what they say, and then from that picture we ask them how do they feel seeing this picture, and then we get answers of they feel comfortable, they feel peaceful here, and then those pictures that we took also where they say they're uncomfortable, we also give them the term. Is it when they see the picture, they give us a phrase that they feel some enjoyment.
The way in which we do the photo voice exercise is that we have people actually caption the pictures that we take when we're doing the interviews so that they can tell us what those pictures really mean to them. And in doing this, we do have a geo-reference where we have coordinates to actually locate where those pictures are and what experience they feel when they are in those particular areas. They also give us a title for the spaces so that we see what they actually mean to them.
This was this lady, how was actually like the way she uses rocks to protect her shack, the way he uses rocks to block the cars from the guys who are drinking, things like that. I actually interviewed a guy in Maponya. The guy was like having his own farm where he grew crops, things like spinach, cabbage. He also had animal where he raised animals like pigs, chickens and rabbits, where he sells them and make money about it. Yes.
During the lunch times that they give us, we get to know each other better, we get to know each other more in a way that we share our experiences. They tell us, they give us information of what they're doing, such as 3D scanning and photo voice and stuff, and we also share them on what experiences we have as a local community members.
Once we came here, we thought, Uti, this is a homogeneous area where everything is the same from the outside, but when you get inside, you see a lot of differences in culture, in people, in a lot of things, and how people separate themselves from the infrastructure, or how people demarcate the area. So there's a lot that we have gotten from this week, and it has been a very, very, very helpful week that we have gotten from the residents of Stjwetla.
I did almost 16 interviews with the residents of Stjwetla, and I started the interview in Maponya. Right next was in Sitova and Kwa Gabriel and the Lister's place, and at the entrance of Stjwetla.
This whole experience was a very collaborative effort because we got to work with the patrollers, the community participants, other researchers who know more about things, and also the students.
We crossed the bridge and then we went into Extension 7 through the informal settlements that are by the rivers, and we also did the photo scanning there, the photo voice, and asking the residents of this area, which was called Emarasteni Extension 7, where we got their voice, and then we went through the pathways of these areas that was in Emarasteni, and then we got out of the informal areas, then we got into the informal area of Extension 7, where it was the road by the robots. That was the first road we got into Extension 7. So we got also there we got some people interviewed there, and so we had to include Extension 7, also part of Extension 7. That was part of this this mapping and mapathon of ours. So thank you to the people of Extension 7 and Stjwetla for this mapping mapathon we did this week. So thank you.